The charm of owning hefty money and not having to check price tags before laying hands on beauties is a fetish for all. Today we'll take you on one such carefree yet thoughtful, expensive ride where the NBA players spend millions of their money on the most expensive things in the world. Before getting started, why not dunk on that subscribe button? And thanks for watching Sportflix. Now here come the top 10 NBA players who threw their money away. Without further ado, let's start with number 10, LeBron James. Costing a heavy $894,000, LeBron owns designer watches including 3 Rolexes, 3 Audemars Piguet, and 2 Patek Philippe's. Special mention of his crazy Richard Mille watches that charge themselves with the aggressive physical activities of LeBron, costing a hefty $377,000. Geez, that is actually quite insane. Growing up on the wild streets with his mother trying hard to make ends meet and with his father sentenced to jail, LeBron grew up wishing to end violence and the lack of resources for the growing kids of his hometown. He thus opened an I Promise school that provides education, transportation, along with college aid to keep children off the street and off violence, costing LeBron $200 million per year with a total of $800 million on the school to date. While there's more to the list, LeBron is still called the cheapest guy among his folks in the NBA, obviously jokingly. LeBron doesn't pay for his Spotify and also joins dinner treats. While the star saves on the smaller amounts, he likes to play big with hefty expenses. If you think that was interesting, you've got no idea what's coming next. Number 9, Karl Anthony Towns. Owing to all this player's success in his career, Karl Anthony gifted himself a Mercedes Maybach, costing him around $186,000, with the signature of his mother inked onto the headrest. That must have cost him a fortune, but it must be nothing for a star who's making millions of dollars with every new contract. Recently, Karl made a purchase of $4.5 million in over-the-top real estate. For a smooth ride for his cool girl, Karl gifted his girlfriend a Porsche Taycan, costing a deal of $82,700. He must love her a lot to give her something so expensive. Let's not get personal here. His other love story cooks between him and video games. Anthony is a huge fan of video games and spends huge amounts of money to have no one compete with him, ranging from $20,000 to millions on customizing PCs and graphics and theme video plays. Whoa, those were some big bucks right there, but the next player is even crazier with his money. 8th on the spending list, we have Dwight Howard. This dude is twisted. He has a thing for snakes. Can you believe it? He spends hundreds of thousands on snakes. Over the years, Howard has to date purchased 40 unrealistically expensive snakes and was also bitten by them thrice, maybe. Well, he still loves them a lot and carries the bite marks with prestige. Dwight has spent over $100,000 building his snake empire, added with the extra expenses of 2 caretakers and regular maintenance of the snake mansions. Who knew snakes could be so expensive? But is that the weirdest thing on this list? Definitely not. Here comes something so outlandish you can't even believe that it's true. Number 7, Jimmy Butler. This man had made his place right from rags to riches. Thus, he has always had wise thoughts about spending money in the form of charity and donations. In 2015, while the superstar was recovering from an injury, he donated $10,000 for every 3-pointer scored made with one hand for the school children, encouraging and helping them. He also made other charities. Butler owns a mansion worth $4.3 million. He also owns 2 condominiums, each costing his pocket $1 million. His mansion collection also includes a $6 million house in Ambler. Apart from the luxurious mansions, Jimmy also flexes luxurious cars, private jets, and heavenly shopping sprees. Let's take a break from counting the money and hit the subscribe button to Sportflix. And as you already know, it is always fun to like the videos for us as well as you guys too. It motivates us to bring you more such fun videos and keep you guys entertained. Number 6, Kevin Durant. Unlike other basketball players, Kevin Durant invests more than he saves extravagantly. His investments include charity along with his sports business such as membership in Philadelphia Union's ownership group. The star has also made an investment in the pickleball team, which is a fast-growing game in America currently. The infamous basketball player has one of the most interesting financially diverse portfolios among the NBA All-Stars. The soon-to-be billionaire basketball star Kevin owns a classic 1966 Ford GT40. His Ferrari California cost him $200,000. His garage includes the models of Lamborghini, Range Rover, Porsche, and other Ferraris and Mercedes-Benz models. Number 5, Dwayne Wade. This legend spent a whopping $3 million in a single night for fun on his 32nd birthday. He spent the major part of this amount on buying a customized yacht as a gift to himself. His Way of Wade was a gift after he'd gifted himself all the luxuries of cars, mansions, jewelry, and more. Dwayne Wade is a sneakerhead who purchased a pair of shoes for $4 million. His shoes were studded with diamonds and gold. Dwayne owns a $5.9 million mansion in Sherman Oaks, California. His Mercedes SLR McLaren is an exclusive edition with only 150 pieces total manufactured. You already know that no one spends more than addicts, right? It's gonna get real crazy about this next player, so pay attention. 4. Charles Barkley. In its true form, Charles has been throwing money into his addictions. He's a gambling man who spends tens of millions of dollars not only off the field, but was caught betting and gambling with the players of the NBA, which was obviously illegal. Taking his addiction further, Charles was filed under a lawsuit for $400,000. Apart from this, Barkley owns Gainey Ranch, Arizona, which cost him $2 million. Along with another mansion that has been sold recently, he also owns 2 solid cars. His collection included Bentley and Lincoln Navigator. Now, don't get too mugged up and fascinated by the money all mentioned, because we are yet to announce the top 3 NBA players that throw away their money for luxuries and fun. Number 3, Tracy McGrady. September 11th, 2001, lives changed. During most of what we heard until now were expensed on living luxuries, Tracy spent his fortune overcoming his fear. News all over bashed with plane hijacking and air accidents, Tracy feared his life till death with the news and bought himself a Falcon 2000 to fly safely at the cost of $19 million. Geez, fear made him spend a lot, actually. He also owns 2 acres of land in Sugar Land, including a spa and barbershop to its finish. His baby blue Mercedes-Benz CL600 cost him over $180,000, along with the customizations. With the huge amount of money that the superstar earns, these have to be a piece of cake. Crazy, right? Though not as much as this one. This next player has his priorities set. Number 2, Giannis Antetokounmpo. 4,000 pairs of shoes. No, we're not just beating around the bush. He actually owns a collection that costs him an arm and a foot, amounting to $480,000 on average. Giannis is a modest man and doesn't show off his luxuries, but guess what? We caught hold of his belongings, which definitely proved his luxurious lifestyle. Also, not that he doesn't deserve it. He owns a black BMW i8 costing about $150,000. He bought the same model in silver color for his brother. Having tested all your patience and love, guess who made it to number 1 on the list of throwing away money? Well, some of you guessed it right. It is Michael Jordan. His super luxurious lifestyle includes a $12.8 million mansion in Florida. The mansion is the most expensive non-waterfront property in the whole area, which proves his love for games other than basketball, a game of golf. His $2.8 million home provides a spectacular view of the open waterfront, which again is situated on the peninsula of the golf course. He owns a lavish $29 million home in Chicago. The star's car collection counts almost 40 vehicles. The Mercedes SLR McLaren 722 edition is the highlight of his collection, costing him around $625,000. Michael owns a customized $61.5 million private jet, which he uses for his family vacations along with his $80 million yacht. Michael Jordan always travels overseas with his security pack, which on average costs him $7,000 per hour. While these were expensive stories, stories, hitting the subscribe button is the least expensive thing you can do today. So why not smash it like these players smashed their bank accounts on these weird luxuries? And don't forget to like the video before you go. We'll be back with another video soon. Until then, you can keep watching our previous videos only on Sportflix.